Charlotte, the new rate up hero. I haven't done a lot of reading on her. We're going to do this all together, go over her skills really quickly, and then look at the videos showing those skills in action. You guys let me know your thoughts on how you're going to use Charlotte down below. She has to die. Once she dies, then she can do AoE damage and do additional damage, throw up some more debuffs. She looks pretty strong. We'll see how it plays out to have a hero wanting to die and then becoming exceptionally strong afterwards. We're going to talk about her base relic. We'll talk about the other relics when they go up in the shop and I can actually play them. She does have a leader skill of 20% additional attack along with 5% HP for Steed's favor. So she's a Steed's favor hero, which is nice that we don't have any more serpents. I think they're done with serpents. Now we can focus on something like Steed's favor and making them really strong. She has one of the most powerful AoE attacks in the game, but that's only if she dies first and comes back. But all her skills consume HP instead of vigor. That's going to be weird when she comes back to life if she's still consuming HP. But she only gets this leaking divinity if she dies. Skill 1, if you haven't died, you're going to attack one enemy with a chance to get effect resistance. If you have died and you have leaking divinity, you're going to do an AoE attack with a chance to get effect resistance. I assume this takes 1 vigor because it doesn't say that it consumes 30% of your max HP. Now we do want her to die, so consuming 30% of her max HP is fine. But what happens when she dies or she gets low on HP? Does she then keep coming back to life over and over no matter what? I mean, what kills her then? She can only probably die one time, but then she comes back to life and she's still consuming HP if you use this skill 2 for 30% of her max HP, which hits hard, 190% of attack for a skill 2, which would normally be 2 vigor, but in this case, it's HP. So I don't know. Do we need to heal her? Do we need to have life drain set on? What's going to be the best play for this lady doing damage? And then additional damage if there's a dot on the enemy. And then if she has died and come back to life, we're going to do a pretty big hit on AoE hit of 140% of attack. And then additional attack if there's a dot on the enemy. I like this. I like how we're having heroes that do different things, that actually don't function off of vigor now, that function off of consuming HP. Like any kind of change in difference is going to be fun. Then we've got a skill 3 where we consume 50% of our max HP instead of vigor, but we attack everyone for 250% of attack with a 100% chance to gain Pierce Increase 2. We haven't seen Pierce Increase 2 before. I think we've only had Pierce Increase 1 for 1 turn. And then if you have Leaking Divinity, if you've died and you've come back to life, we've got a 100% chance to apply a debuff on the enemy. And anytime that enemy's hit, they'll get hit accuracy decrease 1 and decrease defense 1 for 1 turn. This is pretty nice. It's only for 1 turn. It can't be resisted. That's the best thing about this. We don't need to worry about effect accuracy to apply this debuff on the enemy so that we can decrease their defense and hit accuracy. It just 1 turn, it falls off pretty quickly. So we got to make sure we're doing this move over and over. I like what I'm reading so far. I think it's going to be really fun to play her. I'm not going to read over the other relics that we have. We'll see them in the shop. I'll buy them. We'll test them out at that point, but this is the base relic that comes to us as Storm. Her first passive gives herself hit accuracy 3, 80% additional hit accuracy, so we don't miss, we don't get evaded. Really strong for her for 2 turns, and then gives all of Steed's favor effect resistance increase 2. The second passive, when she's under 40% HP, we have a 100% chance to grant Steed's favor effect accuracy 2 for 2 turns. That's just, oh, there's a cooldown of 5 turns, but she gains for herself 60% increase in speed. Speed increase 3 for 1 turn. That's pretty nice. Get to her doing her moves faster. It's only for 1 turn, but when she's under 40% HP, she'll get this boost. She'll be able to do an attack, I guess, before she dies. It's on a 5-turn cooldown at max level. Upon dying, we only get 1% of our max HP, just a sliver of life, but we get 70% of our max HP for shields for 4 turns. Now, she's not going to have crazy max HP because we're going to be building her with a whole bunch of attack. So this shield might not be that big, and it's a 4-turn cooldown. So once you die after this, unless you go 4 turns, you're dead for good. So if you could take multiple turns or lower cooldowns like we can do with, what's her name? Vivian, how she can lower passive abilities. We can get this lowered. That way, if she dies faster than 4 turns, we can have a chance to do this whole process over again. Then we get the Leaking Divinity for the rest of the battle so that we empower all of our other skills. Leaking Divinity, 40% attack increase. That's nice. 40% attack increase. So we got to find a way to keep this lady alive after she dies so she can do all those big AoE attacks. This is a typo. You can't get effect resistance on a ring. You can get attack percentage, and speed so that you can take turns more often. Normally we go with attack so we can do as much damage as possible. We'll do videos on getting the most damage out of her, and we're going to have to find out what her chivalries are. Chivalries make and break legendaries. We've got series, we have Nika. All their chivalry 8s are broken. So we'll see what hers are going to be. I'm sure it's going to be very strong and tied to her dying and coming back to life. Something truly insane. Like she dies and she comes back to life and nukes the whole entire board. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. This is just showing that passive to when she dies, she comes back to life at 1% HP. We're getting the shields, and we're doing 40% attack with the leaking divinity buff that we get for the rest of the battle. Now, I haven't seen her skills yet. Let me check out these animations. That's the normal attack, right? Just single target attack. This is with leaking divinity. And then additional damage if there's a debuff up. Is that only for the skill 2 if there's a dot? Yeah, skill 2, if there's a dot, we do additional damage. Who in Steed's favor does dots? Is Rosier a Steed's favor? Because, you know, if you want to get dots up, I bet Lancelot's Steed's favor, isn't he? I bet he is. There's the Pierce increase too, which is going to be extremely strong. We ignore defense with Pierce increase. There's a skill 3 where we apply the debuff. And anytime we attack them, we put decreased defense. And something else it was, right? Hit accuracy decrease. What are her moves? Like vines? Is that what they were? Start of the battle. Okay. All right, you guys let me know down below what you think about this hero. We never can tell until we actually get to play it. So we get to like really try it out. On paper, a lot of these look amazing, and I think she looks fun, but she might just die too easily. We get down to that 1 HP, we get the shields on, the shields get broken through, and then she's dead. Of course, we can heal her, so we just bring in somebody to heal her, which shouldn't be a problem at all. And if she's at 1 HP, how is she going to do skill 2 and skill 3 if it's consuming her HP? That's really weird to me. We're getting that HP shield when she dies, but we're only at 1 HP, so how is she going to do her moves at 1 HP? Let me know what you think about Charlotte down below. We'll do videos on her once maintenance is done. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all in a video soon.